All right, so this is a suggestion via a channel member. Let's jump into it, guys.
We have some breaking news to share with you on this Tuesday, as Fox News is reporting that the Trump administration has ended the temporary protection status for Somalis in the United States. We're taking a look here at a social media post courtesy of Fox News, and Fox News Digital saying this: the Trump administration is ending temporary protection status for Somalia, affecting several thousand Somalis currently living in the U.S. and several hundred currently living in Minnesota under the protection. Somali migrants with TPS will be required to leave the country by March 17th.
Understand, this feels like definitely it could be two things here. I mean, obviously he basically made a statement kind of about Somalia. It was a pretty loud, brash statement that he made. So I suspect that this is going to be the next step after so many people got basically outraged by the statement, and then ICE basically comes in, and now all these protests are happening. So he's like, hold on, if you're going to be this disrespectful, and the governor of Minnesota is not going to allow any type of like actual federal intervention to kind of stop this here, I'm going to go ahead and do something even crazier than I can do. I'm going to go ahead and wipe out all temporary protected status completely for anyone from Somalia. So if you want to not allow the federal government to basically come into your area and do its job, then we're just going to go ahead and do what you can't stop. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem told Fox News Digital in a statement, quote, "Temporary means temporary.
It does.
Country conditions in Somalia have improved to the point that it no longer meets the law's requirement for temporary protected status." That statement went on to say, quote, "Further, allowing Somali nationals to remain temporarily in the United States is currently and contrary to our national interests. We are putting Americans first." Bringing us out to a live image that we have of the White House over in Washington, D.C., as I continue to cite some more of this reporting courtesy of Fox News Digital. Sources tell Fox News Digital that there are 2,471 Somali nationals currently in the U.S. under TPS, with just over 1,300 in the country with pending TPS applications. The move comes as DHS continues ICE operations in Minneapolis, Minnesota, after a widespread, roughly $9 billion fraud scheme involving members of the Somali community plagued the state. Fox News Digital learned that an estimated 600 Somali nationals who are protected by TPS live in Minnesota. Now, Somalia was granted temporary protection status in 1991 as a result of an ongoing civil war in the African nation. Former President Biden most recently extended the protection in September of 2024. Now, the decision to end TPS for Somalia also comes a day after Minneapolis, the Twin Cities there, Minneapolis and St. Paul, sued the Trump administration after a historic federal immigration enforcement operation was launched by ICE and DHS.
Okay, so I think that kind of proves my point here, right? So now, so there definitely had to be a reason why he decided to basically do this immediately. Now we do, obviously, bro, we understand like the idea, it's in the word, right? I mean, temporary this was never a permanent thing. You had 34 years to basically do something like, I don't know, change your overall status within the time that you were here, but you chose not to. So obviously what Trump has done now, he's like, listen, the federal government is going to maintain its overall status to do what is needed for the overwhelming majority of the country, rather than focus specifically on one state like Tim Walz and the government of Minnesota is basically doing here, basically attempting to kind of curry favor with their voters, right? That's the vibe. That's all I get from Tim Walz right now, period. And so what does Trump do in response to this here? He says, okay, hold on. If you're going to have the audacity to say that the federal government can basically not maintain any type of federal law enforcement within the bounds of the United States of America, if you're saying this, then I know what's going to come next year. We're going to just go ahead and end all the status then. How about this here? All right. That's what it sounds like he did here, bro, which is understandable.
Last week, during ICE operations in South Minneapolis, a woman was fatally shot by an immigration officer as she drove her vehicle toward agents, prompting agitators to riot across the city and in cities across the U.S. Secretary Noem labeled this The woman who was killed, Renee Nicole Good, a quote domestic terrorist, saying quote she weaponized her vehicle after blocking ICE agents on the road. Now, footage from the
I'm looking
encounter
for the
shows an
lie
agent
here.
approaching Good's vehicle and ordering her to step out. And according to Noem, Good then attempted to run over the officer, prompting the agent to fire multiple shots into the car, killing the 37-year-old mother. Now, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey is saying quite the contrary to that, and also telling ICE agents to get out of Minneapolis during a news conference that he held after Good's death. Governor Tim Walz there of Minnesota criticized DHS, posting to X that he saw the video and referred to Noem's explanation of the incident as a part of a, quote, propaganda machine. But we just wanted to bring you this breaking news coming out of the Trump administration, as they did confirm to Fox News Digital that they are ending the temporary protective status for Somalis in the U.S.
Okay, guys. I mean, this is like one of those things that like always frustrates me here. All right, how do we define truth? Like seriously, how do we define truth? Because is truth what is legitimately true, or is true, or is truth going to, I guess, be defined as whatever this group says is true, regardless of what is actually visually true, right? I mean, understand this here. Cameras, for the most part, work as third-party, non-biased witnesses or unbiased witnesses. Understand this here. That's a camera. A camera has no bias here. I mean, we've now seen 4 videos of the incident here. You know, like was the person not moving? Was she not attempting to basically launch a vehicle into someone's body? Which one was it here, guys? Was she not utilizing the vehicle as a legitimate weapon? I'm just trying to see the logic in saying that this was not self-defense here, because I'm just looking for that. And trust me when I say I'm absolutely open-minded to brand new information. All right, like I want to know. Or is it because Trump is president and he sends ICE? You don't like ICE, so you think you no longer have to listen to the federal government's demands because you don't respect the president? Like, you understand, guys, we all sign, for the most part, an invisible social contract, guys, okay? And we need to maintain civility. Trump was elected in a very democratic manner, okay? He won. That's it here. All right. You can like him or you can not like him. It doesn't matter. We all signed mentally, invisibly, the same exact thing, dictating that we were going to maintain the U.S. Constitution and her laws, guys. All right. The truth of the matter is, we have now visually seen 4 videos, different angles, different events, guys. We'll say of the same event. We've heard the partner, the wife, basically, or the girlfriend, I don't know, guys, listen, say, drive, baby, drive, when she realized that the woman in the vehicle was about to start moving and running away here, okay? You saw her in that vehicle, driving forward towards an ICE agent that was standing still, basically, sitting in his car. Not sitting in. While she was sitting in her car, attempting to move forward. How do we define truth, bro? What is truth in 2026, guys? All right, like truth has to be something. Like, is there like a new definition or something? Because I saw the video 4 times now. All right, I'm tired of seeing this video. I don't like seeing people, you know, at the end of their existence, and you know, I don't like seeing things like that. But I now saw it 4 times, and I still have the same exact conclusion all 4 times. So it's either I'm like some like biased, echo chambered individual, or my eyes are legitimately lying. Okay, it could be that. Right, I'm fine with that. Well, I'm not really fine with me being like a biased, echo chambered imbecile, right? But what I'm trying to point out here is that how do we even define truth anymore, bro? It's silly. Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies, and I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry. Right? Listen, like and subscribe.